Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motskis, and today is our Sunday box opening.
All right, so kind of excited. We have a bunch of things. We have a bunch of little communications we have to handle. We have a present I want to share with Brianna. We have presents for you. But first, if you don't know who we are a mother-daughter duo. We have a quilt shop in Central Washington State. I think we have still the largest quilt shop in Washington State, about 5,000 square feet, about 12,000 bolts, and you can find everything on fabricpatch.net. We also have a pattern line, retreat village.
Yes.
I'm going to start calling it that now.
Village. It should be a village.
It's a village.
It's so much fun when everyone's booked.
It's so much fun.
Just a party in the street.
Yeah. They all kind of want to sneak across the alley. Who are those people over there? It's like, hey, come with me. I'll introduce you. So, because we have the event center that we've had open since 2015, and then we have the new one that's across the alley that will hold 10, and then we have another one we don't talk about much yet, but at some point we'll do a video for you guys so you can see the third one. And then we have little cottages, and the little cottages we use when we have married couples who come for our retreats, and then we also use it when people come up for a little visit, which is kind of nice. So. Anyway, so it's super fun out there, and we have that. And in fact, that's how we met. We talk a lot about Ben. Someday you guys will meet Ben if you don't remember what Ben. I should share some picture of Ben. We have lots of pictures of Ben and different things. But so Ben, our little squirrel hunter, and Pa's friend, sent a little email because he says that he watches and hangs out with us and mocks us to sweet Lori, his sweet wife, just, giggles and smiles. And then there's Ben. But anyway, it was kind of fun because two things. Ben sent an email that said, Cindy, I always wear a balaclava while squirrel hunting, and I carry a snack of blood sausage wrapped in pancakes.
Of course you do.
I doubt that. But I think it's funny. And if you missed some of that conversation, we have been talking about British words because I seem to be addicted to UK authors, and I don't always know what they're talking about. Even when I think I know what they're talking about, I have no idea. And balaclava was that word that I kept hearing because I do a lot of audiobooks. It's like, what are they talking about? And in my mind, I thought they were talking about like a raincoat, like a dark raincoat, because they had on the balaclava and we couldn't quite see him or whatever. No, it's a, what do we call it?
It's like a ski mask.
It's a ski mask.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Ben wears one. And then...
Sketchy Elmer Fudd walking through the forest. That's what I hear.
Totally. He probably does eat a sausage wrapped in a pancake. Yeah.
On a stick.
On a stick. Yes. Now I just have Elmer Fudd pictured in my head with, so does Tracy, with Ben's face. So similar. But the other message from Ben is not quite so jovial. His wife, Lori, who is such a good friend, is back in the hospital.
Yeah.
She has some pulmonary issues that she's been battling for quite some time now. Those of you guys that have traveled with her, I mean, she came with us on the Columbia River cruise, and she's come up for a retreat, and then they came up for a visit, which is really nice. So a lot of people know her. So Ben is asking that we put Lori on our collective prayer chains. So if we could do that, it's Lori from Louisiana, and just, that she'll find some relief. And they're not sure why it's gotten worse, but that maybe, with Lord's hands, we can help her to find some comfort and better breathing. So anyway, we are happy to share that and to do that. For Ben and Lori are really good friends. And then the other thing is that it's kind of funny. I got two messages because what we've been doing is we've been talking about, again, this English slang and trying to figure out what some of these words are. And we've had 2 rounds so far, and
Not doing so well.
For both of them, yeah, she has failed miserably, as have I. I mean, I'm just saying. But what's kind of fun is, so first I got this message from Cody, is it Tremaine? From Australia. And because we're hoping to read an Australian author, and in fact, Kate
Morton.
She
is one of the to be picked of the 4 for book club for our reading in next month.
Yeah.
So that's our Australian author, and hopefully you guys choose her. If not, I still don't think we're going to read it. So.
I have to tell you that like 3 or 4 people said that they're reading it right now, and that it's really, really good. So it sounds like it's fantastic. So Homecoming.
I haven't even looked at the tallies yet, so I couldn't even tell.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, so we do this book club thing, which is kind of fun because we're constantly sharing books and talking about books, and people email us. It's like, well, let's share that with everybody. And we have like 700 people in book club, so we're thinking that all of us have the same idea in terms of tell me what's good to read. And so the 4 that we have to choose from are 4 that were recommended from all of you. I did not know a single thing about any of them when we put them up, but we do we have kind of a little bit of a, and we have other suggestions also, but those are the 4 that we picked because we look for a thriller, we look for a historical fiction, and we look for kind of a young adult one, a YA one, because we have lots of other, lots of grandmas and nanas out there, and then we're looking for something, and so so that's how we come up with those.
And then we also decide if it's available on Libby, on Amazon, those kind of things, because so many people also do audiobooks, and it's really kind of disappointing when it's a 23-week wait or whatever. So we also kind of check that. We check it through, of course, our library, our North Central Washington chain of libraries, which is probably pretty small compared to some of the larger counties. So based off of ours that may only have 3 copies, that's kind of what we're going off of. You might find, you know, if you do Amazon Audible, not really a problem. But so we also check that to make sure there's not a huge
and also wait. Looking on like Kindle Unlimited and some of those other things. So so on the one, what was the one about the girl that was left on the island?
The Island of the Blue Dolphins.
The Island of the Blue Dolphins. So 2 people told me that they are teachers.
Yeah, and it's required reading.
And it is required reading.
Yeah. Which I think is fantastic.
I think that is fantastic. So that may mean that, and we knew, the only thing we knew about it was that it was a Pulitzer Prize winner, top, it's like number 7 in all-time best reads on Goodreads. And what else did we know about it? That it was 4 hours. And so very, very quick read. So it may not be, if you haven't read it, no matter what, if it doesn't get picked, it sounds like you need to read it.
Yeah.
You know, and one that you can recommend to like a middle schooler on up. So, so anyway.
Cool.
I was kind of excited to find out about that. But anyway, so Cody has sent us an Aussie slang book. It hasn't arrived yet, but she said that she loves watching us. She also has 6 grandkids, ranging in age from 4 to 14, so we're very similar because my 6 grandkids range in age from 16 months to 11, so super, super close. But anyway, so she's hoping that we enjoy the book and get a good belly laugh. So I haven't seen it yet, but what's really, really funny is I got this, so I'm thinking, well, this must be it. So here comes this book, and then I was kind of surprised, and I thought, oh my gosh, they got the book wrong. They sent Blimey, I'm Knackered. And then I thought, oh no, they didn't send the Aussie one. Yeah, no, this is from someone else.
An American Survival Guide to British English. I love it.
I know. I'm super excited. Super excited. And look at, there's even sizes and smoke.
The Smoke is a slang nickname for London. Didn't know that.
I know. I'm super excited to look through this. So round 3 is coming up.
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. And this is from Tracy Williams.
Oh, Tracy, thank you.
Williams. So Tracy Williams, you know.
There's even an index in case we're looking for a word and you need to know what it means. Here you go, Mom. It's like a dictionary. Knackers.
Yeah, I know.
Knob. I love it.
I know.
No one's onions. Nose one.
I need to find my glasses.
34.
No ones? How do you spell? Oh, no one's onions. So no, K-N-O-W. To know one's apostrophe S. Onions. What does that mean?
Slang for knowledgeable and to become competent in your task. He knows his onions.
He knows his onions.
I mean, in our neck of the world, you know your onions because they can grow really well.
And that ain't no small potatoes.
I love it.
I am what I am.
I love it.
That's pretty good. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Super exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. Don't keep looking. You can.
I love it.
It's round 3 coming up.
I love it.
I know, between this one and the Aussie slang.
Blimey, I'm
knackered. Blimey, I'm knackered. Really fun.
Exciting.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Well, and here's another thing, just as a quick little thing. So, do you know what? So first, I need to ask you this. Do you know what Napoleon ice cream is?
I know what Metropolitan ice cream is.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
You say say it again.
Metropolitan.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
Wait, what's the word, Tracy?
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
So you say that?
Yeah.
You don't say Napoleon?
No.
Who raised you?
Well, I mean, I know who Napoleon, but he's like, you know,
You've always
a warlord.
What is it again? Neapolitan. You've always said Neapolitan?
Yeah. Or Metropolitan.
Tracy, what do you say? You say
Metropolitan?
Metropolitan.
Neapolitan, I don't know.
I'm so confused right now.
Okay, let me tell you.
She's marching with Elmer Fudd.
Neapolitan.
They all do.
Neapolitan.
Chocolate white.
Well, let me just tell you
Not
something.
my favorite. I only buy it because my kids like all of
it's
them.
gross. I would never eat it.
You have to eat one or the other.
The food touches. Yeah, you can't. That food can't touch.
I only have it because
you
my
can't
kids like
have.
it.
No,
And it's the easiest way for kid parties to have variety. If someone wants vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry, it's fine.
Napoleon ice cream.
No.
Well, here's the funny thing. I have never bought it before because gross. I do not want my strawberry ice cream touching my chocolate ice cream. And how are you going to avoid that? You're going to throw away half of,
So you
half
know,
of
are you guys Hardee's or Softies?
Yeah, no.
You a Metropolitan or a Neapolitan?
Well, what happened was, see, I just always thought, because I am certain that my mother called it Napoleon ice cream. I'm certain of it because I never liked Napoleon ice cream. And so I was always angry when she got that because I didn't want any of it, because I didn't want to risk, because even when she was doing the vanilla ice cream, she had just done the strawberry for somebody else. And so I still had strawberry on my vanilla. So I never ever liked it, and I've never bought it, and I've just always thought that it was called Napoleon ice cream because I wouldn't even care about it. I mean, I just wouldn't care about it. So Pa and I went out to dinner, and what we do when we go out to dinner
Oh my gosh,
is
you didn't know what it was. You didn't know what it was. Did Dad know what it was?
Well, he didn't say either way.
Oh, that's exciting. What is that?
That's exactly what I thought. Because what we usually do is we will share an appetizer, and then we will share dinner.
Yeah.
And normally that's exactly enough. But just in case it's not, we have left a little bit of room for dessert, which we always share.
Sure.
I always pick the dessert.
Yeah.
Always. Because Dad doesn't always know what he wants. So anyway, we went out to dinner, and it's like, we were kind of okay, but a little bit of dessert. So then it's like, well, I don't know, what do you have? And she said, what's the word?
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan. She said, well, we don't have very much. We have, I don't know what they had, apple pie, a la mode, and they had something else, and we have Neapolitan ice cream. Okay, in my dyslexic, aphasic brain, I did not hear Neapolitan. I heard Metropolitan. I mean, that was what it flipped to.
Sure.
Because I did not know this word, Neapolitan.
Napoleon.
I heard Metropolitan. So I'm thinking, that's fancy. Metropolitan ice cream. That's like city stuff, right? So I said, oh. And I didn't repeat it back.
I want to know what the waitress said to the cooks in the back. She's so excited about this.
So I just said, I know. So I said, oh, what's that? And she says,
ice cream?
Just ice cream. And I said, well, not just. And she says, well, yeah, I mean, not just.
What is it?
And I thought, okay, but then what? Then what?
Further,
and she's like, look, and I'm thinking, oh, honey, how long have you been with us?
How long have you been alive?
Come on, sell it. Tell me that there's you know, whipped cream and sauce. And I mean, I don't know. What has made it metropolitan big city for us to want to buy it? And I'm thinking, honey, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to tell you
how to serve it to other people.
Here's Pa, just, you know, I don't even know
hanging
what
out.
He's not catching anything because I didn't repeat it back. So then, of course, she brings it, and it's like, ew.
Just ice cream.
And I said to her, I said, what did you call that? And she says, and she's looking at me like,
oh, I would love to have been a fly on the wall at that moment.
oh, she says, Neapolitan. Oh.
She's like, who the hell are you? Why
And
are
then
you so
she walked
wait,
away.
wait.
So I said to Pa, I said, what do you call it? And he goes, and he's hitting it.
Ice cream?
Neapolitan. Really? You call it that? And he goes, yeah, I wondered why you ordered that. I knew you wouldn't eat that. I was like, I'm not eating that. I'm not touching that.
But he wasn't worried because he was going to eat it.
It's called Napoleon ice cream. He goes, oh, yeah? Yeah,
Maybe,
I've heard
sure.
it called Napoleon ice cream before. It's like, yeah. Okay. Anyway, metropolitan ice cream is not a thing.
Oh,
I'm
that
gonna
is
make
so funny.
I know, now we can't go back in that warehouse for a while.
You're the talk of the town now.
No, I know it. I can't believe I'm the only one who calls it Napoleon ice cream.
I
Am
guess
I?
we'll find out.
Tell me that you do.
That's hilarious.
Ben, I'm sure you
Take
call
pity.
it Napoleon ice cream. Sure you do.
Oh, that was so good. That
know,
made my
sorry.
day, Mom. Made my day. Because usually I'm the one that makes up words. And
She does. She makes up so many
I make
words.
so much up. And
does.
I know what it means. And she usually catches on.
I know what she's talking
It's not
about.
usually the other way around.
No.
Usually she's got it in the bag.
Usually I kind of know. No, I just, now I know what that word, metropolitan.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan. How do you even come up with that word? What does that word mean? 3 color? It must mean 3 colors.
I mean, I know who Napoleon is.
Napoleon ice cream. Anyway,
So now we gotta know.
tell me, please.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that 3 people say, I call it Napoleon.
They're gonna do it now. Just
Don't
to
tell me.
support you.
Oh, and they've all said, oh, my little 3-year-old calls it that. Oh, my 2-year-old, that's so cute. Don't say that to me.
We need the truth. It's a safe space.
All right, we have presents.
We do. Because tomorrow is Earth Day. So it's a very good day. It's a day to just be, I know my kids were very conscious of making sure we pick up our garbage. Even if it's not ours, we always, if we go on walks, we take a bag with us to pick up garbage. It's just, you know, something nice to do. And my kids know that this is the only Earth we've got, and we might as well take care of her when we got her. So, because it's Earth Day, everyone who places an order tonight, and until our little gifts are empty, you're going to get a little fun little thing.
present.
So, Aurora and Harper
We'll put it in a picture.
helped make these. So if you get a little extra something or it looks a little, we had helpers.
Or there's a little bit of banana on it.
Sorry. But they had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
So your first thing is a pattern to make the reusable tote bag. Probably a lot of you guys have this. Maybe you've seen the video we put on, but it takes a half a yard of fabric and you can make a great reusable tote, whether it's for the camper, for the car, for the stroller, just to keep in your safe spots. And you can add little buttons and elastic so you can roll it up and stick it in your purse and always have it with you. Yeah. I know a lot of the time my bags wait for my groceries in the car.
Yeah.
So I can bring a cart full of groceries and then load it into my bags when I get there.
Yeah.
But just in case.
And as an old person, what happens with me is that I don't like those great big huge bags because they get overfilled and then I can't carry them. Yes. So we suggest a half a yard, which makes it this size. But there is a video, and so so this is the little template for it. It tells you what it is and reminds you to go to the video.
And this one is just single layer and then serged around the edges. You can do anything you wanted. But it's really nice because then it's also totally washable. So if something gets a little leaked, whatever, a little extra loved, it doesn't matter. You just throw it right in the washing machine and it doesn't even matter. A little seed packet.
I know.
So if you want to brighten something up.
You know, it's fun.
And it's a wildflower packet.
Wildflowers, and it's called Butterfly Garden. And somebody who was mocking my butterfly bacon, not butterfly bacon, banana bacon.
Oh, yeah?
Said that they take overripe bananas, open them just a little bit, and they kind of hang them in the tree, and the butterflies eat them.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like a picture of
my kids
all these
would be
butterflies
mortified because they know the dark ones mean banana bread.
Yes, yes.
Why I brought home a pretty dark banana from school. He says, the lunch lady said I could have this. I said, oh, that's nice. I said, why do you have it? She's like, oh, you can make me banana bread. She said it wouldn't last much longer. Like, oh, you're so sweet. So
that's
smuggling
so sweet.
banana bread, bananas home from school.
That's adorable.
So yeah, a seed packet, and there shouldn't be anything noxious in here. So if you have a husband that's all about manage the weeds, mine is ferocious. So there shouldn't be anything that's going to trigger a noxious weed issue with this.
Yeah.
Or you can always
dandelions
always sprinkle it into a pot and contain it until the bees and other animals transplant them.
Have you seen that's the whole new trend is to have a wildflower yard instead of grass?
I love it. So
I would love it. My husband would die.
So what yeah, he would. Oh my god,
he would die.
He would just keel over right there in the middle of it. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing it where the pine tree sits in the pond. I hate the pine tree. She's dirty.
She's so dirty.
She
lost her head.
And she did. She's had a life.
Weird shape.
She is funny.
You're gonna cut her down.
I've been thinking about it, but the work. It's gonna be Robert's problem. It really won't be mine. It's just gonna be on his list.
What is she, like a blue spruce or something?
She's not a blue spruce. I think she's a basic pine. I know Robert's allergic to blue spruce, so I would know if he reacted to it, but no. And then just have the pine needles. Of course, his grass doesn't grow, which drives him crazy because he's all about pristine, all of that. And I want to do
old man
a
grass.
bunch of wildflowers, plant the dogs in there, and all of that stuff. So it's my plan to do it, but I worry that cutting down that tree, grinding down that post, is either going to mess up my asphalt or mess up the pond. So I kind of have to wait until I've got a little bit of chump change.
The growing tree is probably messing up your asphalt, unless that's the walnut.
It's probably the tree growing, but at the same time, if you start pulling things out. So I don't know. There's a whole lot of,
planning.
But I kind of do want to do that because I do want just a pretty, even just enough to be able to make my own flower bouquet for my table. Just let's go pick something. I also have to train my children not to pick every blooming flower they see because they always pluck the first tulip. Dude, I was looking at him for 3 days, and how did you find that he bloomed? Yeah. Goner. So that, and then a little 5-inch square of fabric. This fabric is the Northcott fabric that's called
Green World.
Green World. And this is
recycled.
Recycled cotton fabric that they created a brand new fabric out of, so that you guys can feel it, and it's actually really soft.
It's really, really nice. And there's some left. There's only a couple of
There's
panels.
Like 4 or 5 pieces left, and like 2 or 3 panels left.
Yeah, not very much.
And then everyone
left,
will get a little swatch. Just to watch for. This is Northcott's first collection using recycled cottons to make their cotton fabric, but I am quite sure there's more
Others
in
are
there.
gonna. Northcott is going to do it again for sure, and I think the other companies are kind of looking at it because a lot of you guys commented and said, "Oh my gosh, I wish everybody would do that." I wish everybody would do that.
Right.
And there's a little video that shows the process of how they do it, and it takes a bit of work, but super nice just to be able to reduce waste and to reuse things.
And in the Green World fabric category on our website, I also have an image of the 4-step sequence it takes too, so you can take a look at that. All right. Hi, Lizzie.
Also in there is a tattoo.
A tattoo.
What says better? What's better for Earth Day than marking your body?
Putting ink on you.
Putting ink on you. So it's this little. Ben, we're going to send you a couple of them so you can put them all over. But anyway, and I think the way that you do it is you just
if you've
peel
always
it off.
not been loving on their tattoos, you can say, "Oh, look what I did this weekend." Ba-da.
Is she being picky about that?
No, she's not. She's getting love. No.
So I think the way that you do it is you just peel it off. You make sure that your skin is clean.
Yep. So you just take a damp rag, kind of wet the area of where you want to stick it. Peel off. There's a white film or a clear film. Peel that off. Stick this down wherever you want to, and then take a wet rag, put it on top of it, and just count for 30 seconds, and then it'll just peel right off.
what would be really fun is to do this, and then when your husband comes home,
tatted.
You know, show him your new.
So yeah, so it's super fun. The girls are dying to put one on, so I told them when they were done they could have a tattoo.
Well, that's what you told them, but I'll bet if you go back there, they've each got 5.
Well, hopefully. Oh my god. Holler. Nana got Wyatt a book for Easter that had reusable tattoos. We were almost gone, but luckily for some reason those don't last very long.
Miss.
They should last about a week or 2, but it's fun. And they'll eventually just wash off.
Fell.
Oh.
She said she was sitting on the table and
fell through. Yeah, she is distracted.
Did you fall?
Are y'all better?
She needed a mommy hug.
Hi.
What you doing? Can you say hi?
Hey, your people. Oh, you stink too. That's awesome.
You get scared to poop.
Hi. You have a tomato?
I have a half a tomato and a spoon.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Can you show him you can blow a kiss? You blow him a kiss?
Bye.
Bye. No. Mwah. We can do it. Or we should wind it up. I'll hold your spoon.
Show that.
Bye.
You have to do it.
Blow a kiss. Yeah. Love it. Mwah. You're so cute.
Okay, we're gonna go clean a butt. We're gonna find some boxes, and we'll be right back.
Bye.
Oh no. All right, trusty Moda. Always counting something coming from them.
And this is box 1 of 3.
1 of 4.
4.
Ooh,
toweling. Do you think that can't be?
Like all of it's toweling?
No. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh, slub. Gosh, I love slub fabric. Okay, it'll be exciting. So this is toweling. We'll talk about toweling, and then we'll open the other boxes when it's slub. It's knobby fabric, so instead of it being nice and smooth, you've got little bits of the knotted fabric in it. Let me see if I can.
And then also, I'm gonna go get a couple of our toweling projects. We go through a lot of this, and we'll show you a couple of really cute things that you can do with it. It is kind of nice. Oh, she's opening the box out of one. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like,
oh, let Tracy see this. We need to,
this.
and we're gonna turn around so then we'll have Tracy behind us.
So
and
slub
Tracy
is very textured. It makes me think of like a low-cost tweed, almost. Yeah, I love it.
This is fantastic.
So our black and white stash buster that I made a long time ago that had linen, it had some slub in it, some toweling in it. I don't know, I love slub.
It's really cool from here.
It's called panache.
It's spendier than regular.
It's 42 inch.
But
also,
it's pretty awesome.
Beautiful for clothing.
I was gonna say I would make like
it
a
would
jacket out of
drape
it.
so well with a t-shirt. So
it feels like an expensive linen. Like, almost like a linen silk blend, raw silk.
And the
blend.
texture of, I feel like the texture of tweed. Definitely not as heavy as tweed, but almost the texture of. I love it. So we'll get it all open. We'll get some of the slub pieces out, get the linen out, the toweling out.
And do some Tracy show and tell.
Yes. And then also some toweling show and tell. But,
all right, we're over in front of Tracy. Tracy, say hi. Everybody has missed you. Hello. She's trying to organize, but it looks like a busy shipping station.
That's what it is.
Messy. This is all stuff heading out to you. So, and what are you packaging here? This is how she has to package you guys that order the big kaleidoscope bag and the Mary Poppins bag.
Rulers.
She opens up a bolt.
Slides it in there.
Slides it all in there. Makes a nice little box. Yeah. So, and then Tracy, we need to do some show and tell. Should we have to come around to you, or we'll come around so that you can see her pants? She is wearing her.
They've seen the pants.
On her?
Well, not on her. They've seen them off of her. They've seen them off of her.
How much have you added?
Nothing.
She can take them off.
Right. No, they've seen them. They've seen them totally finished. This is the first time she's worn them to work, though.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Do you think that's right?
Yes.
They've seen them totally finished?
I think so, yeah, because the last thing I put on was the the weaving and this side, and I think we showed them. Yeah,
they've seen it. She really wants Chase to take her pants off
again.
If you want me to?
Because they're cute. I like looking at them every single time I see them. I'm excited to see
They're
them.
really cute.
So we're going to show you.
There's definitely a difference between granny jeans and not granny jeans.
Oh.
They're little
I didn't realize I was wearing granny jeans for a year.
Not as stretchy in places.
They don't stretch anywhere, Brianna.
She was texting me this morning. Can't breathe. Emergency.
I need the jaws of life. But we can show those that we made the little. It's not finished.
Yeah, they haven't seen this.
But the you know.
So this was the little Boro piece she did a while ago. I didn't know what she was going to do. She just made up this little bag. Used some denim. Just whipped it right up. She didn't even have a pattern. She just got inspired and made it happen.
Grocery getting bag.
Yeah.
And
for
are
Saturday
these
market.
a pair of jeans you cut up, or is that real denim? A pair of jeans you cut up. Then now they're short. Are they Daisy Dukes now?
They could be, I guess, but this Daisy Duke's not wearing it. I don't know any Daisy Dukes. Dang, girls.
Super cute. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so fantastic. So these 4 boxes of Moda was all this slub and toweling and a bunch of stuff in here. So, and then is that, so they call all of this slub, they don't say that it's like a linen.
Well, it's called panache, is what the collection is called. The slub, I don't know, does it say that it's a blend of something?
No, it says 100% cotton, 54 wide.
Yeah. We've got 3 pieces that are 54 inches wide and 3 pieces that are 42 inches wide.
And I have a quilt that is on my bed at this moment with a cat on it. But
Forrest is snuggling.
Yes, but I will go home and take a picture and we will insert it. And it was made out of this stuff years ago.
Right, and it has...
Pre-pandemic years ago.
Yeah, it has slub in it. It has toweling, so those stripy ones are... It's a toweling. I didn't piece it. I just had a piece of this and added it in. I used linen to do the embroidery, and I actually embroidered it with wool thread. So my embroidery machine definitely had to be turned down. She just went nice and easy, nice and slow. It embroidered beautifully. I didn't have excessive thread breakage or anything. It was really fun to make. It was really pretty. And then there are a few cotton pieces mixed in to do more of those floral pieces, but it was really fun. So you can really do different textures. That quilt is like weighted. Even with having cotton batting and minky back, it's still heavier than the average quilt just because the slub is heavier, the linen's a little bit heavier, the extra embroidery, but it was really fun to put together.
And I should just bring that back in the shop for a while. I unfortunately had to take it home and put it on my bed because we didn't have anything like it anymore. But what was really nice about it was to show somebody that this is a quilt that has all of these different textures in it. Just the other day, somebody said, well, can I use flannel with my cotton? Absolutely, yes. You can put flannel and cotton and batik, all of that stuff together. It doesn't have to be just batik or just flannel or just cotton. All of those can go together well. And even this toweling. This toweling it's a very nice, high quality cotton. You're going to ask, should I wash it first? You do not have to. It's going to wash the same as the rest of your cotton. However, if what you're going to do with this toweling is you're going to really turn it into a towel, and you really want to go ahead and do some hand embroidery or machine embroidery on it, I would tell you to pre-wash it first because your thread will wash a little bit differently than your cotton will. So go ahead and pre-wash it, maybe a couple of times, press it really well, and in fact, you'll stitch a little bit easier because you've got a lot of finish on this and some starch and all of that kind of stuff. So
so the quilt, nothing was pre-washed. It's been washed a couple times. It'll be washed again before it makes it to the shop.
Yes, it will.
Because the stinky cat.
I got a stinky cat.
And it washes beautifully. Even with the wool embroidery, we just wash it on tap, the the basic cold cycle. A little bit of detergent, it washes beautifully. But yeah, I agree. If you're doing a towel, a placemat, a apron, something that's going to be washed regularly, it's something that needs to be pre-washed. And just do it in hot water, and it'll shrink it up the first time around, and then put it in the dryer and really hot. And then what's really nice is it will look as great the day you made it as a year down the road. Or when you gift it to somebody, they will feel like they can use it, they can wash it, and it'll still look as beautiful as the day you gifted it.
That's right.
And the toweling is very impressive. I don't know if it's the density of the weave, but even the Den Woven towels, they last forever.
They do.
I have one that I love. It has a little hole in it. And it doesn't like continue to fray.
No.
I think I need to bring it to Tracy so she can do some little cutesy magic on it. But I love it. It absorbs really nice. I love my
Den Woven towels, and this toweling is by far, it's
the best towel you'll ever buy.
It absolutely is. Yeah, it'll last. I have some that are 40 years old. Yeah, super, super old.
They're impressive.
And the other thing that's going to come up is Amy Osmondson asked if there was it 60-inch wide? There was a toweling that was
60 inches wide. That's cool.
Humongous. And I said, well, I've never even heard of, maybe she said, I should look at my text, or 45 wide, but super, super wide, because this is, of course, not,
it's 18.
It's 18 on a tube. We'll show you up close, but it comes this way because it's kind of ready to go.
I haven't heard of the extra
and I
wide
said,
toweling.
well, tell me more. Who makes it? Where did you see it? And it looked just like this.
I wonder if it's Riley. The only other person I know that has toweling is Riley Blake, but we really like the Moda stuff, so we stick with
we
Moda.
Love Moda, so we never even go looking anywhere else.
Maybe it's Riley Blake who does extra
We're
wide toweling.
gonna look, because I haven't heard back. I haven't looked again, haven't thought about it until, new toweling. But
cool.
But I think she wanted to use it like on the back of a quilt, which would make sense because it's a little heavier.
It's beautiful.
You know, it's just a thicker thread that they use when they weave it. But
awesome.
Anyway, okay. So let's go ahead and, are we going to...
Want to show the toweling? Okay, let's show it this way. So
Yeah.
the toweling, I'm just going to open one. I'll open one that's a little more contrasty. We'll just do this black one. And then the rest I'll just hold up the tubes.
Yeah.
But it's 18 inches wide, and the length of your yardage is already hemmed. So this already has like a bound edge, so that you can unroll it, do whatever you want, do a runner, do an apron, and these edges are already secured. You only have to do whatever your cut edges are.
So what's kind of cool is that depending upon the size of your table, just go ahead and measure and see how much you need. So let's say you have a great big Herkin table and you want to get 2 yards of this, and you want to put this down, as a table runner. You can just hem these 2 sides, but what you can do in the inside here, you can do a little bit of applique, you can do a little bit of hand embroidery, some machine embroidery, nothing. You can do anything you want, but it works really, really nice. The other thing that you can do is there's this little trick where all you have to do is take this, fold this apart, fold this right sides together, hem it right here, and then what happens
Not even hem, just put a seam.
I mean, not hem.
Or a serge.
Serge or a seam. So those, I'm going to show you up close. I have one here. Sorry, I checked that out. Sorry.
She pressed it for you even.
I did. I did. So it looks like this, right? So we've sewn that together, and now we're going to turn it right side out, and look what happens. It is magic. Boop.
It's cute. So for my Christmas table, I have a really cute toweling piece. I added a tassel to my thing, so I seamed in a little tassel bit. It's really cute. I mean, my cat annoys me to death with it, but it's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's really cute because then, and you could
you have to do nothing.
Go ahead and, tack it just a tiny bit right there if you want to, but depending upon how big it is on your table and where it hangs. But inexpensive, totally done.
Yeah. So
classic.
fast.
Minimalist, modern. It's pretty farm girl. It's pretty cool, and it comes in so many colors, and it's whatever size you want. So just measure, keeping in mind that when you hem. I keep saying hem. When you sew this, when you seam this, you're going to lose, probably 9, 8. Well, your point will be, the same, but otherwise on your diamond here, it's just like a half square triangle. You're going to lose 9 inches. In depth. Does that make sense? And then we have another thing that I want to show you, but what we're going to do is we're going to do it as a separate little Earth Day video. And so I think Brianna's going to maybe insert it for you so that you guys can see it, but then we're going to air it tomorrow.
You guys will get a sneak peek.
A little sneak peek.
So that you guys can order what you need before the rest of the world sees it because they missed out.
You're welcome. You're our friends.
Yes.
So this was the little thing that I showed everybody at our Christmas gift retreat, and we sort of sold out of toweling back then. So now we've sort of replenished. But what this happens to be a yard and a half of it. And so what I'm going to do, and we'll show you in the video, but I'm going to tie a knot in it. And then once I have the knot, I'm going to take these right sides together and turn it into a bag. Ooh. And so it's this. You didn't see
I don't think I saw it. I saw everybody coming in and buying toweling. I don't know if
fighting over it.
Yeah, they did.
Is there any more of that one?
I was getting texts before they even arrived.
Hold it for me. Hold me the red one. Yes.
So I don't know, but I don't know if I saw the finished product.
Okay, stay tuned. I'll show you. All right, you guys, here it is. So this is the little toweling bag. It looks like this. So again, we started with a yard and a half of the 18-inch wide toweling. The only other thing you're going to need is your friction marker, your wet erase marker, a pair of scissors, and a ruler. Oh, and of course your sewing machine. Yard and a half. I'm just going to find the center. You can kind of do any length you want. Here's my center. I'm going to tie a knot. My knot's in the center. Now I'm just going to fold these over, right sides together. I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew 12 inches on this side. You can do whatever you'd like, but I'm going to start up here, back stitch, sew all the way down, sew all the way over, sew all the way back up, and back stitch right here.
Okay.
Okay, it's all sewn. Now what I'm going to do is box bottoms. So I'm going to mark my ruler with my dry erase pen. I'm going to put a mark here and here so that I know it's 1.5 inches. I'm going to mark my fabric with a friction marker. I'm going to line that up on my sewing line. Now I'm going to turn this into a box bottom. So I'm just going to bring this like this. Hold that straight. And I'm going to sew right there. Okay, I've sewn my box bottom seams on both sides. Now all I have to do is turn this right side out. And I have this super fast, super cute little bag. Cute, right?
Okay, so let me show you the rest of them. So we have a bunch of toweling already in stock. There's actually a toweling category that has, you'll see all of these first, and then you'll see everything else that's available.
Because this one is from the stock that's already in stock. Yeah. So it's this really cool color. We also have it in blue. I don't know if we have it in red anymore.
Yes. So there are a lot of other ones. It's more of a cream. It's not bright white. And that's farm red.
Gorgeous.
And then in that farm red is kind of the reversed. Farm red with a little bit of the ivory in there. Would be...
Ooh, it's looking like bright on the camera. It's not that bright.
It's farm red.
Farm red.
Yeah. A little more than that burnt red. Another one with that's black and then has really big gray chunks. This one with a pale gray. Again, that ivory.
Parchment-y.
Yeah. This light and dark gray. More black. Light gray and black. And that dark gray. That one's really cool.
This is in my quilt?
Yes. Same thing, a little bit narrower. And all of the stripes, of course, go the length of yardage, because these, of course, at 18 inches is where your little hem is. And then this one's light gray, majority, with ivory and black pinstripes on it.
And, you know, if you're looking for color, we do have some that are color that are still in stock, but it doesn't, there isn't a lot of color to it. I mean, I think we have a yellow one and we have a green one, but this is kind of how they make it. They make it sort of farm girl chic-y.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way that it ends up.
Because a lot of people are either going to do a simple placemat with a little bit of something on top, or they're going to put it into towels. And if you're wanting to make some really fun towels, you need, I think, 3/4 of a yard. And then you hem the top and the bottom, and then you have this beautiful dish towel.
Yeah.
And you need 1.5 yards for an apron. Yeah. And in Mom's, I'll have it air next, maybe, her 3 aprons in 20 minutes or whatever. The one that she just folds down the corners and flips at the bottom.
Is that one.
Slick.
Super, super slick. And the other thing is placemats. If you just want some super, super simple, again, just for outside on the picnic table, little farm girl chic, I think that we do like 2/3 of a yard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what's really cute about doing a placemat is you can do like a chunkier stay stitch. A lot of your machines have that double stitch that it will do, so it'll double tack it. Bring that stitch in about 1 inch and then fray those edges.
Super cute. Super
and you don't
cute.
have to know how to hem or get a foot or how do you do that. Nah, just put a stay stitch, throw some threads out. It's really, really cute.
You brought this to show this.
Oh,
I kind of think that we should go into this room, though.
Oh, and show it?
We should go into this room and show.
We have an embroidery room.
And we do have an embroidery room. And we have a fun little, some sister pieces to the next stuff that you're going to see. But this pattern is worth seeing anyway, though, because this, can they see it? Do I need to take it out?
It takes toweling and turns it into a pillow. These are the exact same pillows. The orientation is just different.
Yeah.
They are 2 different single-sold patterns, but
what's kind of nice is, so then one of them has the little, the little prairie points. And is the stitching different?
Yeah, the stitching is different.
Stitching is different. You need both.
It's cute.
Yeah,
so
really
toweling is super versatile, super fun to do, super fun to use. And again, quilt with it. Put it in your quilts. It's awesome.
We like it.
I love it. If you're asking with the toweling that I put in the quilt, I did cut off the hemmed bits. I didn't put that hem in my seam or my seam allowance. There's no necessary reason to put that extra bulk in, so I did chop those off. All right, so the slub. So the 42-inch wide slub is in ivory.
Do you want to do a close-up of that? Because they're going to wonder why it's called slub. There isn't
I'll show it on the black and white.
Thread.
It's the texture. I'll show them in the black and white.
Okay.
Because I don't think you're going to be able to see the slub and the...
Oh, I see it. So, like right there?
Okay.
Is that what it is?
You bet.
Yeah.
The funny little...
Yeah, but that's why they call it slub. But the texture's really cool.
I wish you could feel it.
Yeah.
I wish we had feel-o-vision.
Feel-o-vision? You do. It's fantastic.
Tracy, come and feel this and tell them.
Describe this.
Come here, Tracy. Oh, here. And then we get to see her pants.
And it is, and the slub is woven, which also creates that different textural feel.
Yeah, because see, there's no wrong side to it.
Stitch on.
I know. I think it'd be really good to stitch on because of the. It looks like linen. It looks like expensive linen.
The cream colored one that I did with all the stuff. Is that what that was? It says Boro on it.
No,
it feels
similar.
a lot alike.
Similar.
Isn't that nice?
Like this, yeah.
So yeah, black, white, and the blend. The blend of black and white is what they have in the 42-inch wide.
I know. I'm going to get some.
And wait, back up.
But you can't really see.
We can see a little. Look how cute
they
those
cause
are.
major muffin top.
No, it's so cute.
And what else? Sausage legs.
Cute, Tracy.
So cute.
You see the bird?
I love that.
I can just look at it every day.
Anyway, but
adorable.
Stick with the elastic fabric. It's much more comfortable.
Stretch denim.
Stretch denim, the only way to go. Oh my goodness.
Let me show you 2 more things while she's right here. This one, and this is why we're going to go into that other. I love this. This is one that you're really going to do something.
Yeah,
and you guys, we didn't get enough of this one.
We did not get enough of this one.
Why.
So I hope you're watching early.
I won't buy all of it, but I want some
this
of it.
Is fun.
This
is also in my quilt.
Love that.
I know. Isn't this great? And so, because you can just got it in there. I love it. serged. Yeah, there's not nearly enough of that. But we have some in blue that we'll show you.
And this one doesn't have any slub material. This is just nice, smooth, silky cotton.
Yeah, goodness. And that's not a slubby. It's that's just a
stitch. It's like an eye cat.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And this is the other 54 wide. Just really.
And again, 100% cotton, kind of that linen weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome.
Gosh, it's beautiful, beautiful.
So you've got it
linen
in
weight,
black with white dots, and then behind Mom, you've got the white with black dots.
And again, it's kind of that, not bright white, it's kind of that parchment-y color.
And roses. That's also Mom's quilt.
It's in my quilt. This is in my quilt. Yeah. And then also what'll be really nice is that, so I'll wash it, take a picture, we'll insert the picture. Maybe she's already inserted it and you've already seen it, but you'll see it washes beautifully. Yeah. And that quilt really is on my bed. It matches my bedroom and my headboard perfectly, so it's always there. Awesome. Except, you know, for like Christmas quilts and that kind of thing. But I still keep it on my chair, and my cat loves it. So that quilt gets washed a lot, and it still looks beautiful, super soft.
We'll also put it behind us for a fabric chat on Wednesday. Oh yeah, yeah. So we can do a close-up look and you know, if you need to see more of it.
Okay, we're going to do a little tour. We have some other boxes to open, but I feel like while we're in the mood for looking at this stuff, I want you to see one. There's a couple of areas in the shop that look really, really good. Next to a couple areas of the shop that look really, really bad because we're still doing carpet. But we're going to show you a really good area, so we're going to go there next.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're back here, and maybe what we'll do is we'll kind of do a quick little pan around of the room, and then I'll just show you some fun things. And Brianna is right that it could be that not everything is online. So if there's something that you see, maybe talk with us, and we'll kind of show you up close. So kind of some fun things. So we have lots of different hand embroidery and lots of different wool patterns that are in here. Our Sashiko book at the moment is out of stock, but we have more Sashiko supplies here. This was the other thing that I really wanted to show you guys, is this one is the blue one that is really similar. It's just larger. So see the size of that block? That's probably about an 8-inch block, also all pieced together. So super cool. We have a whole bolt of that.
And you know what I'm going to do? I don't think I mentioned it earlier, is the slub fabric and everything. I'm going to put in a new category called panache, which is a collection name. Okay. And I'm going to put all of the slubs and that pre-pieced and some of these in that category for you, so it's easier for shopping later.
Very good idea. And then these are the ones that went with this one. This is some linen. What we've done is anything that's kind of that linen blend, that's 15% linen, a little fly in there, 15% linen and 85% cotton. We have put back in this category because of people that want to do some hand embroidery on it or some wool embroidery on it.
And those blues that match, those are just wovens, not slubs.
Oh, right. Yeah. Other hand embroidery stuff. This is the Edmar patterns. We love this. We've done this. We did this as a block of the month. And so what you can get with this is Primavera. I'm sure that this is online. So you can either do the book and just kind of do your own thing, and it just goes through. It has tons and tons of information, all of the stitches, and then all of the flowers that are in it. Or this one, it's already printed on the linen for you, and it has all of the thread and the needles and that same book. So super, super awesome. Those of you guys that were on the, was it the Columbia River cruise or the Indonesian cruise with Janet Clark from Hawaii? This is what she was doing, was this. So super fun. And then there's also, if you feel like this looks a little bit too daunting, they do have some smaller ones. We've talked about Edmar before. It's Edwin and Maria, and it is true Brazilian embroidery. So they have some smaller ones that are really, really nice. We have a kind of a Sue Spargo area with Sue Spargo wool, looking a little bare at the moment. and then some other wool bits and wool things. This is a little wool kit that we have. There's these butterflies, perfect for Earth Day coming up. And then this is the kit. So this is just kind of fun and framed just as an option of a way to put it together. And this has the wool and the linen in there, ready to go. Oh, whoops. And then other things, fun little wool pin cushion. And then this is all of those. We have, we did Pincushion Club for 60 months, for 5 years. Before the pandemic, we got together on the first Saturday of the month, every month, and we did all of these pin cushions. So they are everywhere. One of our most favorite of all time is the little Millie doll. So this is actually Millie, and she was the one who came to every Pincushion Club with warm chocolate chip cookies. So all of us were holding different things. So this one is Millie. And what we did was we all made 9 mini-me's and then we swapped. So all of us have a collection of all of our friends. This one is me. I'm holding the fabric and with my glasses and messy hair. And then this is Sabrina. If you know Sabrina, that looks just like her. And then this one is CK, Carolyn, Peaches, whatever you call her. Look at her hair. Isn't that fun? And this is not Lizzie. She also has a golden retriever. And then I have to show you Brianna. This is Brianna, because this was quite a few years ago. This was the year that Brianna was getting married. 9 years ago. She's going to be a little bride with her pink hair.
I've always meant to have pink hair, guys.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. So anyway, a bunch of us there. So what's fun about the Millie pattern, and that's one of our patterns, is that you can, it's a fun thing to do with a guild or family. So you make it and then you just decorate it any way you want to. We give you a couple things where you can hold a flower or a heart, you know, whatever you'd like if you want to do something else. And then we tell you how to do different fun things with the hair. But you can decorate it any way you want to. This one is Sandy. Sandy was a preschool teacher. So anyway, kind of fun. Anyway, that's Millie. And then there's all kinds of them here. And this is all of those patterns. And you can kind of search through those. This up here is the Christmas trio. This is one of our patterns. And so there's 3 pillows that are all using that linen weight, which is kind of fun, and a little bit of wool, which is kind of fun. This is arabesque. Here's the pattern. We no longer have that in kits. And then we have lots and lots of thread, lots of other things in here. We are running super low on eleganza, mostly because all of the gals locally that have been doing sashiko, they have been deciding that they really like the eleganza thread, which is Sue Spargo's thread. $6.99, whatever weight you want. It comes in 8, 5, or 3. 3 weight is the really, really big one. The size 8 is the one that everybody has been using. And so we have it in all of these are the size 8 sizes. And then the DMC, fortunately now, is under lock and key because this was Maisie's favorite thing.
Yeah.
She would grab it. You can see the Maisie area. Grab it and run. So, and then over here, this is, we might, oh God, you're positioning. So this was some of the other stuff that's kind of fun. So this is some of that, that's slub, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's very much of this. One of you will get this one. This is like a canvas weight or
decorator weight.
Decorator weight, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then this is some of the stuff that is the sashiko. We have some wool. We have wool in this gray or in white, and in larger pieces, and then we have the smaller pieces if you like that. This is some of the linen weight that is the 15% linen, 85% cotton, and it's the 60 wide. This is also, this is Paintbrush Studios. And so really pretty, really nice for bags. People that are coming to the bag retreat.
What is that collection called? Can you see that?
Oh, yes. Let's see. It's called... No, I can't. Geo...
Oh, yeah, that's probably right.
Geo...
Yeah, Geo Florals.
Geo Florals.
That is the collection name.
Yeah.
There's also some cotton 42-inch wide stuff that goes with it.
Yeah. And it's that really nice kind of ivory parchment-y color. This one you guys just saw last week. And then there's other linens, and these are true linen weights. There's 54-inch unbleached. This one is a canvas. So there's a bunch of those. These are all linens. Can you see those back there?
Yeah.
And then this one is the same thing that she was talking about, that is that woven slub like we just saw. And this one is pure white. And if you want the white one, should I tell them the SKU number? Or
sure.
They'll be able to see it?
I'm going to stick it in the category with them.
Okay. Because the pure white one is 55442. Oh, wait. 554232.
Yeah, and I'll stick it in with the new stuff. You'll just see the 6 new pieces first, and then you'll see these other few.
So soft. And then back there in the back, can they see that?
Yes.
That's all silk. From, not this one, from here back. That's all silk.
And I don't know if you guys can see the colors. It's like chocolate, a cocoa color, a tan, a black, and
blue. Yeah. So, and we put that back here a little bit different so that we've always kept that separate so that if... not that you couldn't put it in a quilt, but you really want to make an informed decision that, you know, that it's a little different weight, little different from your cotton stuff. And then lots of patterns that are back here too. This is kind of fun, little needle holders. And then here's more of what we had shown you out there using the toweling. These are the two that Brianna took out there, but this is just kind of such a fun trend. If you guys come to the retreat house, you'll see that we've done this a lot, where instead of just putting everything into a pillow, we've done a lot of framed stitchery work.
And what is this? Plum Cute? Who's the designer of these patterns?
Plum Cute.
Plum Cute Designs.
Plum Cute Designs. She was featured at one of our retreats years and years ago. We had a trunk show of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then other fun stuff. My little market bag.
Cute.
All right.
And if you guys are wondering, well, where is this room? This used to be the old kid room.
Yeah.
These cubes used to be filled with toys.
Yes.
Yeah. And then just outside these beautiful French doors, it's Halloween, and then across that is Christmas. So yeah, that's where we are in the store.
That's where we are. We can shut that door. Maisie still comes in here looking.
She does.
Grab stuff.
She likes the Millie dolls, and then she gets surprised by the thread.
Okay, we're going to go back out and open some more boxes. All right. To you guys, it has been
4 hours later. Has the sun changed in the window behind us?
What do I look? Do I look like it's the end of the day?
It did. I was in the house like, I gotta fix this.
I did not fix this. I did not. Do I have anything in my teeth? I didn't have anything.
No.
Gum. She made me spit out my gum.
You're welcome.
Me totally helps.
I'm still chewing.
You're still chewing?
She cannot be trusted.
It's all that energy. Just don't even realize that my mouth is moving when it doesn't need to be. I cannot be trusted. I do not normally chew gum for that very reason.
Well, she's alone in the car, and then whatever you need to do. Whatever you need to do.
Yes. All right, so we have a big heavy box that we are assuming is probably notions.
Yes.
So let's cut this up. And I think that it's been a while since we have had... Right? Did we have notions?
It's been
Did we open notions?
It's been a minute.
I don't think we did last... We didn't last... What day is today? Sunday. We didn't Wednesday.
No. I think it's been a couple weeks. I mean, we always reorder stuff, but sometimes they're in smaller boxes that, you know, this box has 3 things reordered, so we just filled the orders we needed and put it away and didn't even show it to you guys. Some of these bigger boxes, we like to show you the reordered stuff. But.
So there might be new stuff in here, or
Maybe.
it might be... So this is... It looks like we have some... So So these are
Janet Nesbitt.
Janet Nesbitt.
Oh.
So
somebody was just asking about this. I have it written down. Now I can tell her.
Janet Nesbitt, local. So some people remember Buggy Barn, and that was Janet and her sister. Now it's just one sister, and so but it's she calls her cutting technique that crazy way. And we have a video called Crazy Stars, and it's not the same thing, not to be confused with our Crazy Stars pattern. It is her Crazy Stars technique, where you just stack these things, cut them, pull them apart a little bit, and then restack them, sew it back together. It is a really cool technique.
It's fun.
It's really nice. And we did. And
what's great about her technique is it's like foolproof. Whether you're a beginning quilter who's only sewn squares together and you want to branch out, her crazy technique is so...
You cannot mess up.
You can't. Even if you have to square up your blocks and you lose some corners and points in the way, it doesn't matter. It looks perfect every single time.
Yeah. It is a really fun thing. Yeah. And it might not make sense at first. Watch our little video, and then as you go through it, do it exactly the way that she tells you. Her directions are actually very good. She has great big full-size patterns in here. This is the one that we did as... Is there a glare on there? This is the one that we did as a block of the month many years ago, and this one is hanging in Daisy House.
It is, yeah.
For some of you, the bedroom with the big closet. But all of these blocks are in here, so this one is a really good one, and it's Crazy Good Life, right? Crazy
and the
Good
really
Life.
nice thing, even with her block of the month books, is she does show you how to make that one block into a quilt or into a runner or into something else, so that you don't feel like you're stuck with a block of the month quilt.
This one is super good. This one is seasonal
the reason
craziness.
This one is wrapped in plastic is her some of her runs that went through the publishing, they forgot to staple the big cover full page. So instead of them going back through printing and her delaying her shipment, she just said wrap it in plastic and fix the my neck moving forward. We need to staple them in there, but I think good call. It keeps us not have to wait for them, and
together.
I think it works just the same. You can't really flip through and see the page, what it is, but it's
Can you see the houses in there, maybe a little bit?
This ornament quilt, I'll see if I can find a picture and blow it up on here for you guys. It is the cutest thing in the world. Adorable.
Her stuff is really, really cute, and if the name sounds familiar, I think I started to say this. She designs fabric for Henry Glass. What are some of the lines that we currently have on hers?
Oh, good.
Will this test her?
Nope. I don't know. I got nothing. I can pick them out of the store, though.
It will be written on the screen below.
Hers actually sells really fast. We have some. There was a Old Glory, I think, that most recent red, white, and blue. That was her. You could probably picture the stars.
Yeah.
That was probably her newest one. She also has some flannel. I think we get a flannel at least once, maybe twice a year. We get a flannel collection.
The other thing that happens with her is all of her stuff looks good together. So we have kind of a Janet Nesbitt section, and it might be 4 different partial lines, but it all looks really good together. So we're all good. So this is another reorder. So these are
Lazy and Loving It.
Lazy and Loving It. If you guys remember, there was a feeding frenzy because we found out that the book was out of print, and you could but you could get the ruler, and then about 3 months later the book came back into print. We had pre-sales, and then we ordered more, and now we're still ordering more. So if you have that lazy angle ruler, which I truly do love, it really is fantastic because it gives you all of those weird angled rulers, but it's just all in a cutting trick. The book is really good because the book, it talks you through each of it. You understand that there's left hand and right hand, and there's opposing pieces, and you just follow the directions. Yeah. We've done multiple. We've done blocks of the month. We've done swaps and samplers with this, and it really is a favorite.
Yeah. And we have noticed that the Lazy Angle ruler says jumbo on it now. So the person who now is in...
it was Joan Hawley. Joan Hawley was the designer of it. She passed away, and the gal from Jaybird Quilts is her friend, and so she acquired the company.
She acquired the company and did all of that. Jaybird Quilts, if you know about them, she is someone who is a ruler queen, but she's got jumbos and minis. So my assumption is why she labeled this one as jumbo angle, crazy angle, or what is it called?
Lazy Angle.
Lazy, oh my gosh. Lazy Angle. Lazy Angle ruler is because in the future, my guess is she's going to write her own book using the mini. angle ruler. So if you've noticed that, hey, I want just a regular lazy angle ruler, get the jumbo one. The jumbo one matches with this book.
Yeah.
There is no mini yet or mini book
That
yet.
is a good prediction, because I wondered why she did that.
It's Jaybird Girls.
Yeah, she's a ruler queen.
She does larges and bigs. And
she's totally doing that.
So that's my assumption, is in probably the near-ish future, she's working on her own little lazy spin.
You heard it here first.
Boom.
It's just a rumor,
but prediction.
It's probably right.
So if you're wondering why it says jumbo and does it work, yes, it is what goes with this one.
Good information. Blades.
Oh yes, Quilter Select.
Quilter Select.
Marking utensils. So these are the fine line pens. So the black one is permanent, fine point, acid free, great for signature blocks, or if you're needing to make any quick, dots for mitered borders, this is it. Or the fine line water erasable. It goes on blue and it'll go off with water whether you wash it or get a little bit of extra water in your just in your sink. It's fine.
Yeah, or just wash it.
Yeah.
And then Sewer's Aid. This is silicone, and so if you. I use it a lot on my long arm. Do you use it on your long arm? Mm-hmm. It's just nice. It's just a nice silicone for your thread. I'll also put it in my bobbin instead of oil because it's clear, non-staining. Mm-hmm. It's Jordan's secret weapon for bobbin races. So
and that silicone is just a longer lasting lubricant than what your oil is. So if you feel like you can't remember to oil it every week, or every time you change a bobbin, you just don't think of it, you can use this.
Yeah.
It'll last a little bit longer in your machine. Your machine will like it.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes if I'm doing, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do this or not, but I'm going to tell you because, we've been sharing secrets all day. When my hands are getting particularly dry, and I do have some really good lotion that I like, that I use, that's non-staining, not greasy. It all works really well. But my little spot right there, where I do my hand stitching by the book, and I have that little thing right there. What I have in there is silicone for my thread and some beeswax. And if you put just like one drop and rub it into your hands for just a minute, it is like amazing. Yeah. It does work really well and dries kind of quickly. So if my hands are like really, really chapped and really dry, because I've been doing stuff, I'll actually put it on my fingers. But and then the thread cutter, we've had these before. These are kind of fun. I think we've demonstrated these multiple times, but it comes with a little doohickey thing in there to open it. But you can see on the back, all you do is you take an old 60 millimeter blade that is now dull. You put it inside there, and then what it does is it's like a little thread cutter. So if you're doing chain piecing and you have a whole bunch that you want to cut, it works really well.
And I am keeping my eye out for a 45 millimeter one. She originally came out with a 45 millimeter thread cutter and quickly discontinued it for a 60 millimeter. I don't know why. Apparently, majority of you guys use a 60 millimeter rotary cutter in your, it must. I think majority of us here at the shop,
we use 45s.
Our quilters at the retreat center are 45s. So I am still on the lookout for those of us that are 45ers. I just haven't found one yet. So I don't know. To be continued. The OESD pressing cloth, again, it's definitely a cloth, kind of a foamy pressed batting. What it's really nice is if you're machine embroidery, hand embroidery, and you want to press your project, but you don't want to flatten all of those pretty stitches you just made, this will press everything and keep that volume in your stitches without flattening them. So super nice. It's a nice big piece, so even if you want to cut it in half and share with a buddy, you could.
And speaking of hand embroidery, I thought to mention this when we were back there, and then or after we were done 4 hours ago, and then I forgot. But that was the room, for those of you guys that have kind of been watching, and those of you that are kind of semi-local, we had announced maybe about a month ago, maybe longer, that we were going to do a yarn shop.
Right.
And that where the kids were, when we moved them to the new area, that's what we were going to do with that room, was turn it into yarn. We have put a kibosh on that for the moment. The reason is there is a new yarn shop in Ephrata. All we know about, we sent them flowers on their grand opening day.
It's called Mad Hatter's Fibers. Yeah. So what it looks like on their Facebook, I have not made it in. I think they're open Fridays and Saturdays and maybe some other things in between. And
they have some classes. They have some evening classes.
Yeah.
And Friday and Saturday.
And they do a lot of roving wool. So roving wool is that fluffy wool fiber that you can punch needle. They do the 3D punch needle, and I'm assuming they have some yarn in their window, so they're probably doing a little bit of spinning. So we feel like, and it's 2 veterans.
And they have, it's 2 veterans. So we want to support them. Solidarity.
There is no reason for us to
we're not gonna that would not be nice.
That would be nice. So
we want to only encourage people to go see them, shop there, help them to be successful. And when I walked by there, there is yarn in the window.
Yes.
So I think it could be that when a new business starts up, I mean, it's expensive to get all of that stuff. So I think the more business you do with them, the more that they will buy stuff. And if somebody's asking, somebody's going to say, are they online? I don't know that they are, and I think if so, it might take a little while to do that. But what we know is,
I will put their Facebook page in the description below. So if you are someone local or you're coming for retreats and they're at my alley, look at their Facebook page. That's where I had to look them up because I only knew what their name was and of course where they were.
Yeah.
And then you can message them and ask more.
Yeah. Yarn shops, that was why we were going to kind of do it, is that there's not a lot of them anymore. I think a lot of them didn't make it through COVID, even though everybody was doing, home deck items.
And knowing that macrame is such a new flourishment. I mean,
like the millennials invented that.
Hey, it's not vintage. What is old is new.
Whatever.
I'm still not a huge fan.
We sold off our macrame at the yard sale 20 years ago.
And I know a lot of people use the rope and cording, but I think macrame with some big chunky yarn would be cool too.
Sure. Yarn, I think it would be too stretchy.
I don't know.
Everybody my age made a macrame belt and Girl Scouts.
And hung your pants on it.
Hung our pants on it. We were wearing hip huggers and bell bottoms.
Yeah.
That's right.
With the big old beads at the bottom.
Yes.
I know, I'm pretty sure I had one.
And the headband. And blue lashes.
Blue lashes.
We had blue eyelashes. Hideous.
Yo, you guys probably thought you were so cool.
Oh, we were so cool. Looks so natural. Blue eyelashes.
Can you tell something different in the eyes?
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. That's not probably ever going to come back.
You never know. It could happen.
What scares me are the fake light lashes. Can you put those on? I feel like I would like it.
I
don't know that I would look good anyway.
So I have tried. What is really intriguing to me are the magnetic ones. So there are magnetic lashes that there's a bottom lash and a top lash, and then you put it into this little magnetic eyelash tweezer, and you clip it on. And they're like super strong. And I feel like I would totally love that. Because I've tried the whole glue on. Heaven help me. I can't figure it out. I put contacts in every morning. You'd think I could figure out how to put an eyelash on. No. So I don't, but I think it'd be cool. I like some big, voluptuous eyelashes.
I know. I like them. I like to see them on someone. I go, oh.
That would probably drive you crazy though. If you hit your bangs.
I don't think I would like it. I think I would. And they'd hit my glasses.
Like they were butterflies?
Yeah, I think that I would not be able to pull that look off, but
no.
Anyways,
have my hopes for myself, but
yeah. All right, and then some more. Did we only get one? So I maybe have these books in stock, so it could just be that this was the one that we were out. Wait.
For kids.
Did you, Tracy? The world wants to know. Did you used to wear blue mascara?
Oh yeah.
Do you still?
No.
No.
No, I don't. What prompted that question?
I don't know. Macrame.
Oh.
Macrame?
You did see my steampunk picture. Blue lipstick.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Fake blue eyelashes.
Yeah.
But that, yeah. Maybelline.
Yeah. Blue. Maybelline. That's right. Anyway, we have the other ones, I think, in stock. So I think this might have been the one that we were...
So the Easy Piece and Grid. So if you want a little bit of inspiration, it's the kids book. It's really fun. It's really fun for them to be able to follow the picture pattern and put it together, or they can make up their own anything.
Yeah. And if you are fairly new here and you've not seen this before, we've talked about this quite a bit. We have a little video, and because it was Quiltmas, 12 Days of Quiltmas, and this was my project that I did that we did a door prize drawing for somebody from Tennessee.
I think Tennessee
won it. But in all of the books, all of the directions are in the inside, and all you do, and it just depends on whatever size you want. The directions are the same. You just get to decide if you want 1 inch finished, 1.5 inch finished, or 2 inch finished, and then you cut all these squares. And then what you're doing is it's just like a puzzle. So then you can just lay this out, and that's why this one is kind of nice. There's some that are a little bit more involved that could also be for kids, but are, you know, more kind of traditional quilting patterns. But what's fun about these is they can just like a puzzle, put the whole thing together, you iron it down, and then you just sew it. And it is super, super, super slick. So if you've not done it, you should check out the video.
And a lot of the projects in the Quilts for Kids only uses 6 panels. So even a small investment, something super fun. Try it, see if you like it.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah. Summer's coming. You're going to have something for those kids to
do. Those who don't want to be running through
Paisley, Emma, we're talking to you.
Right. Magic pins. So we've got the applique pins.
Paisley.
And we also have...
Presley.
Oh.
I think we should.
She knows who I'm talking to. Paisley, you know who I'm talking to.
She knows who you're talking about. She knows.
It's my little special name for you.
Yeah.
I could call you my little bug.
You know.
I call these girls my sis. There's little sis and big sis.
So applique pins, quilting pins. What's really nice is the head of these pins are gripped and also heat resistant. So super nice.
What else in there too? This is like the ultimate box. All kinds of things in here.
Sewing machine needles. We carry the whole line of Classe needles. So regardless of if you want to use a generic needle, it's all good. Whether you have a Pfaff or Bernina or whatever, you can use a generic needle, whether it's a Classe that we carry or a Schmetz. And we carry it in everything. Embroidery for a serger, double needles.
And one little thing to mention, that every time we mention this in here to people, they a lot of people say that they've never heard this before, but your needle absolutely matters. Yeah. If you are breaking thread, it's
as important as a brand new rotary cutter.
It is absolutely important, and so there are certain ones that are designed for certain things. And so, for example, your embroidery needle, if you're doing machine embroidery, you just have maybe a fairly new machine, and you are breaking thread, what needle are you using? Put in not only a new needle, but put in a titanium or an embroidery needle. The other thing is a metafill needle, and it could be called metafill or it could be called metallic, but it's the same thing. And what happens is that eye of the needle has this little bevel, kind of a Teflon bevel up at the top of it, because if you look at metallic thread under the microscope, it looks like barbed wire, and so it'll catch and it'll just snap, snap, snap. Yep. But with a metafill needle, it'll glide right through there, and you'll be able to do whatever project. You may have to turn your stitches down a little bit and not go quite so fast, because it is, you know, barbed wire thread, metallic. But makes all the difference in the world. Absolutely matters. So needles matter.
Embroidery almost exclusively with metallic needles. I mean, if I have to do a embroidery needle, I do, but I really get best results with my metafill. I don't have to worry about if I walk away coming back and, oh, my thread broke, you know, an hour ago and I thought it was going to be finished. Even when I used the wool thread, the Madeira wool, to embroider on that black and white Stash Buster, I used a metallic needle, which seems weird because it's not metallic thread. It is stretchy thread, but the thread itself is big, and the eye of your metallic needle is pretty big for a specialty needle, and I liked the idea of it being big enough to fit that through. I still turn my baby down all the way, but again, just to ensure that she could stitch it out. But I like a metallic, again, metallic or metafill. It's the same needle.
Because, yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. Dome needle threader.
Yes.
If your embroidery is done by hand, you bring this to Big Sis, and Big Sis will thread your needles for you.
Yep.
And then you can just go home and you just pull one out at a time. Absolutely fantastic. I have several. So, did we finally make? Oh,
I got one last thing. Super Bob. So these are Super Bob's pre-wound 60 weight polyester thread on bobbins in a nice little rubber bobbin cone. not necessarily, I mean, you can totally put this in your sewing machine if you have a basic L-class bobbin. You could, but the reason we carry it in the store is for the hand embroiderer.
For us, for the hand applicator. What happens is that if you are stitching your cotton thread down and you want that invisible stitch, there's a couple things you need. You need an invisible needle, which is typically a size 10 Milner or a size 10 straw, same thing. And then you need an invisible thread. What's really nice about that super sheen, super silky 60 weight thread is that what happens is the fibers of your fabric and your thread is so thin that it basically rests in between the fibers of the fabric. So even if you are horrifying at hand applique, if you use that thread and a size 10 Milner needle, we still can't see your stitch.
You'll be a pro.
Yeah, you'll be a pro. That's the secret. The secret is not technique. I mean, we can teach you technique, but yeah, have the right tools and you're all set. And oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in block 3 of her Jay's Bouquet block of the month, I think you guys did hand applique. I think we did. She used a 60 weight
block
bobbin.
3 or block 1?
I don't know. It's in the beginning.
In one of them.
She did hand up, and she shows you how she does a really fun, easy way, almost like needle turn, but not needle turn.
Yes.
And super great.
Yes. And the reason that there's so many colors in it is that people, if you match your fabric, and ideally you want to match what it is that you're stitching down, not your background. You match the fabric that you're stitching. So that's why it's kind of nice to have multiple colors. And it's good. I'm going to sit and I tell everybody, if you have one, you're set. Yeah, it doesn't take very much, and that way you have all of them. So
cool.
Did we make it to the bottom of the box?
That's the bottom of the box.
Okay, now we have to clean some stuff up, so in a couple hours, no.
And I do have one lone QT box that we will open next.
Cutie box.
Cutie.
Okay, while she was hoisting this box up here and we were putting stuff away, I just really fast, I just dashed out to show you, since we were talking about the Janet Nesbitt's One Sister Crazy technique. I just want to show you a couple of the others because I think we have all of her books now in stock.
I think so.
I think so. So this one is Absolutely Crazy, which is kind of fun. So she's got those stars in there, but she has hippos in here. And then, is this one that has the dog in it?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
I should have looked at this before. Oh, no, but it has this bird. Do you know that bird in there? And then this one.
I think the Completely Crazy has
is it Completely Crazy? Oh, it has this one. Look at that one.
I love this number.
Oh, I love this one. Santa.
Santa?
Santa.
Oh, Santa.
And the reindeer. Because you know what you could do is you can just do one. I'm trying to make sure there's not a glare there for you. You can just do one and turn it into the cutest little pot holder ever. Or like we call them, a kitchen wall hanging. Don't use that for the bacon. And then, speaking of bacon, When Pigs Fly. And then, does this one have the dog?
I've seen a lot of people make the When Pigs Fly.
Which one has the dog in it? Well, Crazy Good Life has a dog in it. This one is Crazy Kind of Wonderful. This one is really, really cute. And this one also has some wool projects in it. And then this one is Half Crazy. And Half Crazy was another one that was like a block of the month. And so it's all of those things that are in there. So anyway, we love Janet. She's one of our local girls. And
yeah, super great.
She's been around for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, she has a lot of designing. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I wasn't paying.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna make a whole bunch of noise. I apologize, but there's only 5 pieces to this. That looks like absolutely fantastic.
That?
So this is a jumbo.
Here, let's cut it. You have scissors? Let me cut it. Oh, it's so soft.
It's really soft. I don't. Well, it's. I mean, I guess QT's always digitally printed, but I would say that QTs aren't always this soft, though.
This is really, 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 really soft.
Yeah, it's a nice finish. Maybe they're experimenting with their finishes.
It is fantastic.
Right. So this is called Creepin' It Real. Creepin' It Real. I like it. So this is a 36. Oh, it's probably a 42-inch wide panel.
This is humongous.
And look how cool that is. Look how bright it is.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything.
Oh, do you think
that's awesome? You think it's 1 yard? I think it's probably bigger than that.
It's bigger.
Looks square.
It's awesome.
I love it.
I love the teal house too.
Yeah, I like that it's not that dingy, you know, dilapidated
pumpkins.
mansion.
Those are some happy pumpkins.
I like it. I'd go to that house.
It is awesome.
Okay, smaller panel, no line.
No line.
And some really cute little guys.
So that means we're going to sell it as eaches, as one. But, and we'll show you, where will one be?
It's right here. Is it one more?
Oh, yeah, right there.
There's my line right
here. Yeah, right there. So that's the cut line. So this would be what would be considered.
Sorry.
That's okay. One.
And it's 30 little squares. Yeah, it's 5 by 6.
Yeah, it is.
It's cute.
That is awesome. So if you ordered 2, or could they order 1.5?
No, it has to be.
It has to
singles,
be singles. Okay, so 1. So if you ordered 2, all you need to do is put a border on.
Yeah, and this is a full yard. I bet this is 36 by 42.
And are they all? It's 30 different ones.
Yeah, I think so. I don't see. Yeah, because
I don't see a duplicate.
There's another cat. So I've got a little cat here.
Oh, baby girl's here.
Hi, and a cat.
Girl. Let's see what baby girl says. Come here.
What do you think about these guys?
She doesn't know.
She's not sure what she thinks.
Oh, are you gonna laugh?
Kind of funny.
Come here.
Kind of funny. A border stripe. Super cute and very just stripy. You know, if you wanted to cut it apart and do something different, put them on the edge of towels. I think it's really cute.
Look at that. I feel like each stripe I would do something different with.
Yeah, it's cool. And then that stripe spells out Happy Halloween in like Scrabble.
Oh, look at those.
Look at these.
I feel like this line is going to sell out way too fast.
Right.
This is really
so bright orange.
Cute. Is it coming out as bright as it? This is
it
bright.
Looks like it.
This is fantastic.
And then last but not least is a whole toss. So you've got those Scrabble pieces, those that little mini block, and all those characters are tossed with some pumpkins.
Perfect.
It's cute. So kind of a little edgier Halloween, but super cute.
Okay, we're going to go show you one more thing, and then we'll say goodbye. Okay, so we are back in a special part of the store. So we've been telling you guys for weeks now that Jordan and Brittany are going to be in the front of the store. So I don't know if you can tell, will do some panning here in a minute, but because Jordan does machine repair, Brittany does long arm quilting. Brittany is going to rent out her long arm so that you can come and finish your own machine.
Super exciting.
But there is some super exciting news to share. But first I want to give you a teeny tiny little history thing. And sometime when we have like an hour, because we've taken so much of your time today already, but we will tell you the Innova story, which is, maybe we'll tell it next Wednesday, promise. Wednesday morning Fabric Chat, we're going to tell you the
Another
Innova story.
chapter of the Fabric Cut story.
Another chapter of what happened with Innova, and because we sold Innova machines for quite a few years, I think from 2007 until 2011.
Yeah, I think we kind of stopped selling when I went off to college.
When you went off to college and Jordan went off to the Navy, I was out. Out. My people left me. So we need to announce. Well, can you guess? Drum roll. They are going to, they are the new Washington State Innova dealers.
Super cool.
I know. We're super excited. So come on,
say hi to your fan club.
All right.
And Brittany. And so, because this is and so if you don't know what we're talking about with Innovas, it's the long arm that we use. So this is Brittany's 26-inch. She has a classic model. They've changed a lot over the years. A lot of you guys are still sewing on the 18-inch models. We'll tell you more about this story, but Brianna has the only 21-inch blackjack ever made. And so, but now the machines are what?
The first one
I have
ever
the very
made.
first.
The very first serial number.
My serial number on my machine is 2007-001, and it's called a Pinky, not an Innova. So so we have this company. I don't know if this company we grew up with this company. I don't know, something happened, but we meshed together. And Innova has always been our favorite long arm machine.
Yep.
You know, there truly isn't anything else that's like it. When we opened the shop, we started with 2 Gamels. And we were retiming those machines every single day, all the time. And so we didn't believe it when we talked to Neil about how those worked. But anyway, it is true. It's a fantastic machine. So now they do what? A 20-inch, a 24,
and a 28. It is called the M series. They no longer produce the classic. It is, and the more information that we got yesterday was because the software behind the classic series just isn't upgradable anymore.
Life changes and technology changes. We totally get it.
Isn't with
Windows 7 isn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all understand it.
Yep. And these new M series are Microsoft or whatnot. Their software is 11 or whatnot. Microsoft 11.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Windows
11. Thank you.
Windows 11.
I am not a tech person, obviously.
He is a tech person.
Okay,
mechanical.
And computerized for these, but software stuff don't.
Yeah, that's Brittany.
That's Brittany. And upgradable from there.
Brittany, come in
so,
here and stand here.
They only do the M series now, which is the 20-inch, the 24-inch, and the 28-inch. All of it's the same style of frame. They are a little bit more expensive, but you get way more bells and whistles. They're Wi-Fi capable, 24/7 tech support from ABM International. The original classics only had a 5-year warranty. The new M series now come with a platinum 10-year warranty, which covers everything on the machine other than wearable parts, which would be your bobbin case and things like that. So
cool. Pretty awesome. We're super excited about it. We've kind of been sitting on this for a little while. So
we got our contract yesterday, Thursday.
Yeah, so you guys are the first ones to know. Yes. So super excited about it. And so for those of you guys that are local, come see him. And is there a way, can we put...
I'll put their
we'll put a thing. Because if you're not here on a normal day that they're open, they will come down and meet you. And I know that purchase price includes setup, but they'll talk about all of that stuff. It's all independent, and then you can come and try the machine, see what you think. But I have the very first Innova machine ever made, and I love it. She still works perfectly. I've had her since 2007, and you have worked on her one time.
Yep, and
one time.
There has only ever been one Innova that I can think of off the top of my head that I could not fix. And that's because the part that I needed to fix her was not available.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing we're running into with these now, is that if you need an electronic part, they may or may not be available. So
sure, just like our FOF machines.
Yeah.
If they get too old, they don't make that part because they're busy making different parts. And it totally makes sense. Yeah. But I agree. I love mine, and she's been moved 5 times. Yeah. I took her to Seattle with me. Then Dad hauled her home, moved into a house, plus bought a house, plus a basement, plus where I'm now. So, and I would trade her for the world.
I think I've worked on yours once.
And it was because I broke a check spring, which is just a wearable part. It happens. Yeah. It's the one thing that makes your machine actually create the stitch, so she's pretty important. So I bribed him over with cookies and dinner and drinks and schmoozing.
Bring your tote bag.
Apparently I'm a gullible kind of guy.
Will work for cookies. Don't know if it'll be that good for you guys, but it's all about how good the cookies are.
I mean, if they're really good, I might just have forgotten that you have a bill.
See this? No, they have 3 babies to raise, so no.
They gotta feed the babies.
They gotta feed the babies.
Yeah, so it's super exciting.
Super exciting.
I can't wait.
I'm really excited. We have missed the opportunity to talk more about Innova, but not having a Washington dealer. Our closest dealer was down in Portland, and but I couldn't do it anymore. But I'm super, super excited that the next generation is carrying on. There truly is no better long arm. And if you have a long arm dealer near you that sells Innova, again, we've always said this, shop local, shop local, shop local. You need classes, you need training on it. And in the likelihood that you might need servicing, then you have that as well. But if you have been in the long arm market for a while and you don't know, I will stand by the idea that
they really are
absolutely Innova is the best one. And we have been playing on long arms for 26 years. Yep. I owned a long arm before I owned the shop, and that was why we opened the shop. And we started with Gamels. We had 2.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of Gamel. I have a lot of Gamel clients who have switched to Innova.
Yeah.
Simply because of the availability of parts and the service.
I have also heard that their computerized system, Innova's computerized system, is like just as up to date as the Statler Stitcher. So a lot of people said, well, you can't get anything like the Statler. Well, now you can.
Yeah, their Mach 3 is...
Their computerized system is fantastic. So if you go into maybe the bigger quilt shows, more of the, you know, national ones like Road to California, H&H, what's the one that's down... QuiltCon, those, you're going to see ABM is going to be there. And it's worth just cruising for a visit and just tell them, just say, hey, I'm just playing. Maybe in the future, ABM is really good about not being hard sellers. I mean, that's how they found us 10 years ago, is we were just playing and they were just letting us say, we're just cruising, you know? And they would totally just let you play and just take some tallies.
Yeah. Really good machine. We will tell you our ANOVA story Wednesday morning. The other thing that I want to mention is that, again, if you're local or you're coming for a retreat or whatever, the other thing that's kind of fun in here about their little space is that Jordan does woodworking, Brittany's uncle does woodworking, so it's kind of fun because, and then Brittany, of course, does some crafty kind of stuff, and then, of course, she's a long arm quilter, but there's some fun things in here that, that are just sort of unique. And so I think it's just a fun store just to shop in to find something that is special. Jordan makes these tables. So he does it's called a live oak top.
So these are live. This one's a live walnut top. I can't remember the breed of that species off the top of my head, but it's a live edge as well. You know, live edge is what I really like to do.
Do this one kind of up close, Brianna, because it's closer to you and you're able to see this. I mean, this is a gorgeous table.
Live edge, black walnut top with a lot of character in it. So.
And look at the bottom, and then the little shelves here. It's like a pretty amazing piece. So, Jordan loves to do woodworking. So, all right. Okay.
Super fun.
Busy day.
Busy. I don't know how long this is going to be.
3 hours. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Lord, help us.
So much.
For us, it was like 8 hours worth of. So I don't even know where we started.
A few things. We saw toweling and the slub fabric.
Slub fabric. I recall that.
Super excited about that.
We saw some notions and some books.
Notions, saw the embroidery room, saw Halloween. And special news from the front of the store.
Oh, come on. Is that 10 hours worth?
I don't know. It's a lot.
And happy Earth Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be putting some presents at the girls.
Presents. Yes,
we'll show you some pictures of the girls putting your stuff together, and we'll see how many tattoos they have on their face.
Right. I don't know.
And I should mention one more thing. So many of you guys have bought the Memento machine. We have already started. We've done the unboxing part of it. We've been playing with it a little bit. So watch this week. She's
going for fabric. I thought she was headed for the camera, guys.
You can have it. Take it. And so we will have a series of, we're going to kind of do some short little ones. And probably you'll see the videos before you see your machines. So we'll work on it anyway.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.